Y'all remember I created these two at the beginning of 2025. Well, let's get into my 2025 progress report. Daydream with me, let your mind explode. Welcome, guys. My name is Patrice, The.Patrice.Denise. I'm over here living a healthy, sustainable life, one day at a time, one step at a time. And this is my 2025 progress report. Let's talk about the 2025 wins as well as the things that didn't go as planned. So, Wellness Warriors, yes, this is my 2025 wrap-up video or series, because I will be in the next 4 videos or so. Definitely subscribe so you can come back and join me for the next 4, or this video and then the next 4, just talking about 2025 and getting prepared for 2026. I believe that it's good for us to go ahead and plan, even though, as we will see, we can plan, but God has the final say. So you might as well just allow him to do his work through it all. So 2025. So my word for 2025 was focus. This was my vision board that I created at the beginning of 2025. And if this is not showing up well, I'll put another picture up of it. But 2025, I had some big, bold areas that I wanted to focus on: spiritual growth, running, health and wellness, strength training, finances, and connections and relationships. And for the most part, I believe that 2025 was a success. Now I'm looking at this vision board. I believe 2025 was a success, looking at this vision board. Now, looking at this bingo card, 2025 was not a success if I look at this bingo card. So, even though I like this bingo card, and I definitely think it is something that others should look into doing, if they want to like have specific things that they want to complete in a certain amount of time, I think that I was too audacious, or too, what's the word I'm looking for? In the end, things that I should have thought it through a little bit more. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know the exact words for it, but yeah, I did do a good bit of the things on here. However, I didn't get them all done. And I forgot what video it was, but it was like, I think in July, August-ish time. I did a video, and so I always had this sitting up here on my computer so I would be able to see it every day as I work my full-time job. But I took it down at that time, and I kind of put it down here underneath the desk so I wouldn't see it anymore, because my life turned into a different direction. So how many of you know that God will take you through a different direction as long as you allow him to take control and lead the way, and that direction that he takes you is for the good. It's for the good. So let's talk about it. In the area of spiritual growth, I believe that this was a win. Anytime you increase or dive deeper or just focus on your spiritual growth, that's a win in general. I don't care how you measure it, how you look at it, that's a win in general. As you're building and developing a closer relationship with God, that's a win in itself. So I count that as a win. Through that, I have been doing Bible plans. Right now I'm reading the Life of Jesus, and the Bible plan on that is linked down below. I read different books that help with my spiritual growth throughout this year. For instance, Fervent. That is a great one, and that's by Priscilla Shirer. I read Believing Bigger, and I can't remember who that's by, but I will put the book up here so you can see it. Or I'll link all the books that I read over 2025 in my Amazon storefront link down below. But I read Believing Bigger. That's a devotional, and that takes you day by day, and that is a great one. If you're interested in a good devotional for 2026, or whatever year you're watching this, if you're interested in a great devotional book, I highly suggest Believing Bigger. So check that one out. But I did that, and I just got away from the traditional things, or the traditions. I don't want to say traditional things, but the traditions of it all, and continue to focus on my relationship with God and what he is doing for me, as well as what he's doing for others, and continue to dive deeper into that. So spiritual growth, success. All right, so moving on to like health and wellness and exercise. What I have on my 2025 vision board, I had running, strength training, and overall health and wellness. Well, for running, I did do a 5K in March, and I'm scheduled to do another 5K here in 2 weeks. So I've been keeping up with my running throughout 2025. I went to the direction of more so not trying to beat a certain time, but just staying consistent with it. So that is a success. Strength training, I have been continuing to do my strength training with my girlfriends. We started that, actually, I had to look back. We started that more so in June, where we would be going to the gym twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week if we can. And that has been going consistent since June when we started. And I'll take that right there will take me to another part of this vision board. But I've been staying consistent with my running and my strength training, and that has helped me overall. We're just staying consistent with my healthy habits. Health and wellness. Now, I put on here health and wellness just because I am big in health and wellness, and I didn't know that it was going to take me in a different direction. So I did sign up for and completed a health and wellness coaching class, and I completed that this year. And that's what I'm saying. So when I had this 2025 bingo card, I had to kind of let it go because I was focused on that class, and I couldn't do a lot of the different readings and things like that was on here because I was focusing on the readings for that class, and as well as other readings I was doing when I was doing 75 soft. And we'll talk about 75 soft in just a second. But I finished the class on health and wellness coaching, and I am right now in the process of doing the different things and requirements that is needed in order to be certified in being a national board certified health and wellness coach. So I am excited about that. So the Lord took me from one direction in health and wellness, thinking that, okay, I'm doing this, I'm being healthy, I'm living well, and but moved me in the direction of being able to use what I love and help others. So pouring into myself, and my overflow is able to be poured into others. So I love it. I love it. So I think that was a success. I had on here finances. So I'm continuing to work on my finances and looking at that as we look at it as a family and paying down debts and things like that. So that will definitely continue in 2026 because it didn't happen overnight to get where we are at. So we're not like over drowning or anything like that, but we want to make sure we pay things down and pay things off. But that will continue in 2026 because it's going to be, that will be, you know, with us for the long haul, because financial awareness and financial health is something that you want to continue to keep on. So continue to work on that. Connections and relationships. So the connections and relationships, like I said, that when my girlfriends and I started going to the gym back in June. Well, actually, was it before June? Because my one girlfriend and I, we were going to the Woman on Weights program back in the earlier part of the year. So we were going to the gym together for that. And then it transitioned into us doing the 5K together. And then it transitioned into us continuing the strength training twice a week, like I said. But the connection and the relationship in that right there, that flourished. And I'm so thankful for that. And so thankful for the relationship that we have built around or strengthening around just being able to see each other on that amount of time. Or during those times in the morning, but it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. So I appreciate that, the connection and relationship building in that. Also, my other relationships I have, my family relationships, my other friendship relationships deepened in those as well. And then my relationship and my connection with you guys here on YouTube deepened as well. So appreciative of that. My relationship with my husband, definitely appreciative of that. So connections and relationships, I believe that this is an ongoing thing, so I will definitely take that into 2026. But I believe that here in 2025, it was a win. All in all, when I look at this was a win. This was a win. It's just my bingo card was not. So what did I do on this bingo card? Well, I did the 5K. I started saving and paying down debts. I did read a lot of the books. A matter of fact, on here I read Feeding the Soul. That was on here. Discerning the Voice of God. I read that. I did the workbook for Discerning the Voice of God. I read the book Year of Yes. And that was it. But I also veered away from that. But I continued to read because during the 75 Soft, and I did a series on 75 Soft back in July, August, September-ish time. Check those out if you would like to. But I read the book That's when I read Feeding the Soul, Set Boundaries, and Find Peace. I read that book. I read The 12-Week Year. I read Year of Yes. That book, Year of Yes, by Shonda Rhimes. That's a great book as well. That helps you to see what can happen based upon her personal experience, but what can happen when you say yes to things that you don't normally say yes to. And so that's a great book if you're interested in a book. Like I said, I'll link them down below. But all in all, I think that this year has been great. So some things that I've learned throughout this year is progress over perfection. I was still, and I'm continue to work on it, being a perfectionist kind of mindset. And that kind of held me back some, is because sometimes when I feel that I can't get it all done or do something to what I believe I should do it to, I shy away from it. And it's not about that. It's about progress over perfection. It's about consistency over perfection. It's about just showing up over being perfect. So I'm continuing to work on that, and that's one lesson that I'm going to continue to take with me into 2026. Also, faith over fear, knowing that as long as I trust in Him and God for what He can do and what His promises says, I don't need to be fearful. Right here, I have it posted right here. He says, "For I, the Lord your God, will hold your right hand, saying to you, fear not, I will help you." And that's out of Isaiah 41:13. And I look at that. I have a lot of these different scriptures here next to me, as you see. But this tells me that He's always going to be right there with me. So why am I being fearful? I've also learned that I can do hard things. So like I said, I did the 75 Solve Challenge. Of course, like I said, progress over perfection. Of course, it wasn't always perfect. And just a little plug right there. It's called A Book on 75 Solved. It's the 75 Days of Health, Wellness, and Spiritual Growth book. And I composed that book together, and it is on Amazon. I'll link that down below if you're interested in starting 75 Solved. And that can help you with organizing it all. And this has devotionals, it has a habit tracker, and it has reflections that you can use on a daily basis. But yes, I've learned that I can do hard things, and it does not have to be perfect. If I can take anything from 2025, I've learned that just by showing up, not being perfect, continuing to be consistent, continuing to put one step forward, continuing to trust in God, everything else will fall in line and I can get through it. So yes, my little bingo card was a major flop. But overall, 2025 was a great year. I've seen major growth in myself, and I'm excited for what is to come in 2026. And I'm looking at my notes here just to make sure I don't forget anything. But I'm excited. This is, like I said, a series. I'm excited for the next part where I talk about planning and systems and routines that I'm going to take into 2026. So hopefully you'll stay tuned and stay with me as I go through that. But this is a year of wellness. It just hit me. We'll talk about that in another video. This is a year of wellness, and it's coming up in 2026, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So I hope you are here for it as well. Let me know how your 2025 year went. We'll talk about more specific numbers wise. This is an overview, and we'll talk about numbers like my labs, my weight, and things like that. We'll talk about that in another video as we move forward in wrapping up 2025. But let me know how, in general, 2025 went for you, and then we can get into different specifics in the next few videos. Yes, Wellness Warriors, I'm excited for what is to come for all of us as we continue on our health and wellness journeys. And as we continue to look forward to what is to come in 2026, know that we're not starting over. We're just starting from our experience. So we're moving forward based on what we have learned here in 2025. So I'm excited to see you guys in the next video. I love you guys, and God bless.
Daydream with me, let your mind